90% of people who do this every morning have no idea what it's actually doing inside their body. It takes less than 30 seconds. Squeeze half a lemon into a glass of warm water. Drink it before you eat anything. Looks harmless. Looks boring, even. But that one small act triggers a chain reaction inside one of the most overworked organs you own. And almost nobody talks about what's really happening. Today on Infinite Lab, we're breaking down what the science actually says about this ritual. No wellness influencer mysticism, no miracle claims, just mechanisms, evidence, and healthy curiosity. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what lemon water does to your liver, what it doesn't do, and one small mistake that could be wearing down your teeth without you noticing. Let's start with the organ itself. Your liver weighs about 3 pounds, sits just under your rib cage on the right side, and quietly runs more than 500 documented functions while you sleep, while you eat, while you scroll on your phone right now. Neutralizing toxins, producing bile to break down fat, making the proteins your blood needs to clot, storing glucose as emergency fuel. Without a liver working at full capacity, literally every system downstream starts to struggle. Now the other half of the equation. A lemon isn't just sour water. It's loaded with citric acid, vitamin C, flavonoids like hesperidin and diosmin, and a class of compounds called limonoids, and all 4 of those have caught the attention of researchers worldwide. Here's the part most people skip. When you drink it changes everything. Lemon juice hitting an empty stomach behaves completely differently than lemon juice mixed in with a full breakfast. The first effect happens almost instantly, in your mouth and stomach. The acidity ramps up saliva production, and once it reaches your stomach, it kickstarts gastric juice secretion. Most people assume something acidic must be bad for the stomach. In a healthy person, the opposite is true. That acidity acts as a starting gun. It tells your entire digestive system, get ready, food is coming. That signal travels to your pancreas, and critically, to your liver, which gets the message to start producing more bile. Bile is a greenish fluid your liver cells, hepatocytes, manufacture around the clock and store in your gallbladder until it's needed. When the citric acid signal arrives, the gallbladder contracts and releases that bile into your small intestine. That release does one very specific job. It emulsifies fat, breaks it into microscopic droplets so your pancreatic enzymes can actually digest it. And a healthy, consistent bile flow is also one of the factors that helps prevent gallstones, a condition affecting hundreds of millions of people worldwide. Vitamin C in lemon juice is a powerful water-soluble antioxidant, and your liver is one of the most antioxidant-hungry organs in your entire body because it's the organ processing toxins, metabolizing every medication you take, and neutralizing free radicals nonstop. Research linking vitamin C intake to liver health suggests adequate levels help protect hepatocytes from oxidative damage, one of the underlying mechanisms behind non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. If this is the kind of science you actually want more of, the kind that turns into something you can use tomorrow morning, this is the moment to hit subscribe, because next week's video digs into a food most people eat daily that quietly does the opposite of what lemon does to your liver. Limonoids are plant compounds concentrated in the peel and pulp of citrus fruits. In lemons specifically, researchers have studied them for anti-inflammatory properties and for their possible ability to influence liver detox enzymes in the cytochrome P450 system. That system is the primary machinery your liver uses to break down not just medications, but environmental toxins and other potentially harmful molecules. Some experimental studies show limonoids can boost expression of detox enzymes, expanding the liver's ability to clear harmful substances. Human research is still limited, but the early signals from the lab are promising. This is exactly where good science says, interesting, not proven, worth watching. There's also an indirect effect worth mentioning, hydration. After 7 to 8 hours of sleep without a single sip of water, your body wakes up mildly dehydrated, and your liver, like every tissue in your body, needs water to function normally. Starting your day with fluid, even fluid with an acidic component, helps restore that balance and sets up more efficient metabolism for the hours ahead. Now let's be rigorous, because scientific honesty means being upfront about limits. A medium lemon provides roughly 30 to 50 milligrams of vitamin C. The recommended daily intake for an adult is 70 to 90 milligrams. In other words, half a lemon does not cover your full vitamin C needs on its own. It's a meaningful contribution, not a complete solution. That doesn't erase the benefits. It just puts the practice in its proper place. A positive addition to a healthy lifestyle, not a miracle cure, not a substitute for medical care. If you have active gastritis, severe acid reflux, or a peptic ulcer, talk to a doctor before starting this. For most healthy people, though, this carries essentially zero risk. If this shifted how you think about something you do every single morning without a second thought, send it to one person who'd get something out of understanding their own body a little better. That's what keeps this channel growing. 2 details almost nobody mentions. First, temperature. Ice-cold water can blunt nutrient absorption. Water that's too hot can degrade vitamin C, which breaks down under heat. Warm, close to body temperature, is the sweet spot. It keeps the active compounds intact. Second, your teeth. Prolonged contact with citric acid can erode enamel over time. The fix is simple. Drink it in one go, rinse your mouth with plain water afterward, and wait at least 30 minutes before brushing. Because enamel is temporarily softer right after acid exposure, and brushing too soon can actually cause more wear. So here's everything lemon water on an empty stomach is actually doing. Triggering bile production to optimize fat digestion. Delivering vitamin C that protects liver cells from oxidative stress. Feeding limonoids into a detox system scientists are still mapping in detail. And rehydrating a body that just spent 7+ hours running on empty. All from a 30-second habit. Nature has this strange talent for hiding real biochemistry inside something this simple. A lemon. Sitting in a bowl in almost every kitchen on the planet. Carrying centuries of folk wisdom that modern science is only now starting to decode with 21st century tools. If you're curious what other everyday foods are doing to your body at a molecular level, drop it in the comments. Your question could be next week's video. Hit like if you made it this far, because that's the signal that tells us this was worth your time. And that, for us, is everything. See you in the next one.